We are building a broken one. Currently, we are in a country and a continent whereby a young man is in constant pressure for attaining some specific things that he ought to achieve, whether he likes it or not.
Are your parents your responsibility?
No. The World Health Organization's report on mental health in African societies, whereby the data shows that men account significantly higher proportion on death rates on suicide cases. Thought of taking a bus of no return, not once, not twice, as you can see me like this, wearing a tie, looking attractive, but trust me, you have thought of going for a trip of no return.
We are approaching a significant mark in the journey of this podcast. If we have done something to you, if we have shared something that has been really instrumental to you, that has changed your life in one way or the other, or that has provided a lesson to you in one way or the other, or we have held conversations that you know resonate and will help someone who is undergoing something somewhere, kindly, we only request for one thing: hit that subscribe button, because it not only does great to me, but it does a lot to each and every person whose hands are involved in producing the content that you put out for you there. Approximately 72% of you have not yet subscribed to this channel, and my request is kindly hit the subscribe button. Jackson,
Yes.
We live in a society that tells someone his only value is in what he can provide. But I've been thinking and I've been asking myself, what happens to the mind of a man when he can't afford the lifestyle his girlfriend or his wife is expecting him to give, or he's not able to meet the type of success that his parents demand by the age of 25?
Well, thank you so much. You see, currently we are in a country and a continent whereby a young man is in constant pressure for attaining some specific things that he ought to achieve, whether he likes it or not. And specifically, when you look at our country, Kenya, we can clearly see from the reports of KNBS that youths in Kenya are either unemployed or underpaid. But yet again, in as much as they are either unemployed or underemployed, they're expected to pay rent, they're expected to have assets, they're expected to date responsibly, they're expected to own assets. And this has made this man to isolate himself. This man is not able to express himself because he will be seen as a weak man. So this man avoids his daily life as a normal human being. He tends to overwork himself. And this man, he tells himself he's building. Is he really building? I don't think he's building. What I think he's doing is avoiding to appear inadequate in the society.
Would you say in Africa, are we building successful men, or we're just building high-functioning shells of people?
I can say that we are building a broken man.
Broken in what ways?
A man who's not able to express his emotions. A man who's not able to communicate. A man who's not able to take a rest. Why? Because this man, first of all, when we grow in many Kenyan homes, as boys we are told, you are the future of this family.
Very true.
You must succeed. you must be strong. You should not cry. That's what we train, and that's what we are taught in many Kenyan homes. This man is not taught that it is okay to process. It is okay to feel. It is okay not to be okay. He's not taught on how to manage his emotions. So this man learns that the only way is to be productive. And being productive is being able to meet financial obligations. For example, a man believes that if he's able to pay his rent, he's able to pay for the lavish lifestyles of their girlfriends, able to support his parents at home. That is when he feels like he is a man. And when he's not able to achieve these things, this man is not able to articulate himself, the confidence of this man, and this man actually he tends to overwork, and overworking in this case, the psychology aspect tells us that constant stress leads to burnout, anxiety, stress disorders, and that's what we have in many pictures we see. And I will take you to the World Health Organization's report on mental health in African societies, whereby the data shows that men account significantly a higher proportion on death rates on suicide cases. What does this mean in the contextual understanding of this? It means that men really engage themselves in conversations that require deep emotional.
We don't open up.
Yes, they don't open up. They don't share. And even if they want to share, they are despised. They are laughed at. I remember there was a day, we all know in Kenya, one politician was assaulted by his wife, and they went to report the case. But then other politicians said, like, how will you go and report your wife that he has beaten you? You are shaming yourself for the family. You see, so you should not report. You should not behave like a normal human being. That is the nature of what we are dealing with as a country.
You spoke of how in our African homes, we are taught to be providers. Biblically, it's also written men are providers, and sometimes I usually tend to see that people are misusing that aspect of the Bible. But now we are taught to be providers, but we are not taught the process of being providers. And I think this wearing has created something called toxic productivity within men today. Would you attribute the fact that our fathers, our forefathers, never taught us the process to what is happening to men in the society today?
Honestly speaking, most African homes, we really don't focus on the boy child. At dinner tables, what do we talk about? What we talk about is how we want you to be successful, how you must take up the name of this family, how so and so has succeeded. But we don't look at the current economic shifts. You see, generations back, life was a bit easy. The economy was supporting a boy child's demands. But right now, when you expect a 28-year-old man in Nairobi, let's say, for example, to be able to have assets, to be able to have a girlfriend or a fiance or a wife, to be able to pay his own rent, eat real food. You see, most young people are survivors. We are eating snacks as food. We don't get to buy food that a normal human being is supposed to have. We are supposed to eat 3 square meal a day, but we rarely get that chance. But what happens to you from your parent side? They will tell you, we have sent you to the city. You see where we are coming from. This burden of responsibility of a failed system from our cultural understanding has affected our men, especially the young man of the current generation. Because you have your younger siblings who are looking up to you. You have your own mother, your own father, who are home in the village. They're expecting you to send some money for them to buy sugar, to buy some basic needs.
Are your parents your responsibility?
No. But a man is not taught to be able to say no to no. Because young people believe that if they do so, that is when they are able to reflect the achievement. That's the problem we are having right now. Because we didn't experience love, we didn't experience how to express our emotions. So we feel like if I'm able to provide for these parents, if I'm able to provide for this girlfriend, if I'm able to pay for lavish lifestyle of my friends, if I'm able to get a car like John, I fit in the start.
Jackson, I want to ask you something.
Yes.
That is based on the cultural traits that you're talking about. One day, I was 20 years old.
Yes.
Ali Nur Muhammad said something. By the age of 25, number one, a man should have a bank account with 1 million inside.
Yes.
A man should have a car. A man should have a passport. A man should have a driving license.
Yes.
What else? There are 5 things.
Yes.
I don't remember them all. But why is this specific timeline damaging the modern man's psyche? Because I think he's an influential figure that so many people follow, that whatever he says, a certain group of people tend to follow and see that they have achieved by that time.
I will take that back to the comparison theory that has really affected young people, including myself. I have colleagues, I have friends and boys we have grown together, and I can see some of them are a bit far beyond where I can reach. Some of them have cars, some of them have actually homes, they are built their houses. And yet when I look at myself, I feel like, what did I do wrong? What did I do wrong? I've done everything by the book. I've gone to school. I have graduated. I have done extra courses. I have several skills. But then things are not working. But you see, a little boy, actually, there is a first year. By then I was a 4th year. He was learning a Subaru. And I was like,
what am I doing?
Am I in this country? I mean, what am I supposed to do?
You're reading the wrong matrix.
Yes. So this is very common, and surely it took me a while for me to realize that every person has got his own timeline, every person has to move at his own pace, and the lavish lifestyle we see in Instagram, TikTok, wherever in social media, we even don't know whether these guys are doing legally allowed businesses or errands. But you see, because of the pressure that you must have achieved this by this age, it's killing any vibrant and potential young man who's growing steadily. But when he looks at his colleague from Kisumu when he's in Mombasa, he feels like, no, things are not right. And yet, if you check clearly on this man, he has advanced from one step to another in one or another. But they don't see that. All they see is a failed man.
You're speaking of comparisons.
Yes.
And a lot is happening. With Forex, people are buying cars.
Yes.
People are living lavish life.
Yes.
And as you said, some people of our age are doing things that we tend to question whether we are on the same country or not. Some people say you didn't understand the matrix of building.
Yes.
Is that true?
I don't think it's true. But what I think it is, these guys who have this lavish lifestyle, some of them could be victims of lack of what I can say love, and they shifted to avoid it. Currently, there was a time they used to say big boys. Currently, they are talking about the sharp boys. You see, when I look at myself, I laugh at myself, and I'm like, when will I be one of the sharp boys? Because a sharp boy will take a flight from Nairobi to Diani, spend some dollars, and get back to Nairobi the same day. And me, who has gone to class, done everything by the book, I have to go and take a bus from Riverside, and then take almost 10 hours to Mombasa. Go spend my night at a guest room, and then come back after 3 days. So these two people cannot be referred as the same. But what we forget to ask ourselves is that, so if this guy is doing Forex and it is doing very well, what else am I supposed to do with what I am doing? Maybe if you are doing a business that is not working, or if you have been trying to look for a job and it seems like a job is becoming a nightmare in this country to get. What else am I supposed to do? What is wrong with me? Of course, there is nothing wrong with you. What is wrong is that you are not seeing your progress. And we have always complained about the systems that are not working, and yet we are not working on ourselves.
When you talk of systems that are not working, and us not being able to see the progress we make, be it at 2%, at 5%, at 10%, how would you differentiate as a person healthy ambition versus performance anxiety? For you to be able to even gauge that, yes, I was here yesterday, today I'm here, and I should celebrate this, I should appreciate myself for this.
I think I will refer that to myself and as an example. There was a time I used to have ambition to be a leader in this country. I shifted from leadership. I wanted to be some CEO in a prospect company. I shifted from that. I wanted to be an emergency healthcare provider in coastal region. I shifted from that. I've tried so many things in life, and that was not being ambitious. That was trying everything just to make it. So that is toxicity, because I am afraid not to achieve. So it is becoming fear. So I can say that I work 16 to 17 hours a day, not because I enjoy working. It's because I just want to gather every resource available to reach my needs, to sponsor my lifestyle. And what happens to my health? I avoid health checkups. I avoid rest. I avoid sleep. Why? Because if I sleep, people are making money while I'm asleep. So this is toxicity. This is not productive. Actually, what I came to learn is that productivity without recovery is not productive. You must be able to take a rest so that you produce more tomorrow. But that is not common in the modern man, especially in the African setup, because of there's so many financial obligations and the pressure to achieve at a given age.
let me take you to the relationship side of a man.
Yes.
We are valued in a relationship courtesy of our wallet.
Yes.
But what happens to the mental health of a man when the wallet runs out and those close to him turn against him and is now left alone?
I speak this while I am sad. I'm a sad man.
Okay.
Because I'm speaking out of experience. And can say even before explaining it is that as a young man who's trying to better himself, who's trying to build himself, relationship is not your thing. It will destroy you. Because our relationships are not actually emotionally transacting. They are financial transactors. If you are living in Nairobi, in Kisumu, in Mombasa, in whichever place in the city, and you want to have a relationship, it means that you will be the financial provider of this relationship. You will be funding this relationship. How? Let's take a look of whenever you will be going to restaurants. It is you who's going to take care of this place. Let us look at about these ceremonial days like Valentine's Day. It is actually a man who's supposed to plan and organize for the entire Valentine's Day. What happens to a woman just to present herself a flower girl, which of course they are so good at. What happens to your rent? You have a rent to pay. Let's take an example of a moderate guy who's earning maybe 4,000 in Nairobi. You have a rent of 10,000. You maybe go to dinner dates twice a month. That will cost you around 2,000 each, so that is 4,000 in the same month. You'll go for coffee dates maybe 4 times a month. That is around 2,000 as well. You'll have to go to shoots. You'll have to present yourself in a lavish way. How? You have to buy the modern shoes, the Jordan shoes, the J4 shoes, because you want to be like the rest. A J4 shoes is costing around 4,500. And when you check your payslip at the end of the month, you'll be left with about 2,000 shilling. Will you save 2,000 shilling? Of course no. You tell yourself, this month I've made a financial mistake, let's try next month. That's what happens. So what happens when this money, or when you get retrenched from work, this girl disappears because you used to meet in the restaurants.
There is no restaurant.
There is no restaurants. This girl cannot withstand you going to the Kibandaski to buy some chapo beans. She can maybe once or twice, but not sustainable. So a young man trying to build himself, a relationship will destroy them. And like I said, as a sad man, I was in campus and I was dating a girl, and I used to really overwork myself so that I meet my basic needs and her basic needs. And I forgot that her basic needs were not my responsibility. So I spent every coin I had just to make sure that we are okay. Until I could not spend any more. So when I couldn't afford any, because I used to rely on workshops, conferences, and some help money. And then whenever we don't have these workshops, it means there is no any earnings. So whenever this will happen, you'll find that we won't have money for juice, we won't have money for maybe a chicken Friday, we won't go for KFC. So when I couldn't be able to provide for that, she opted to shift to another man who seemed to be very stable financially. And I wouldn't blame her now. I felt so mad at the moment.
Yeah.
But right now, I salute her for leaving me, because the pain shifted my energy and my focus.
Oh. Yes. As we end this,
yes,
what are the physical and behavioral red flags of toxic productivity that men actually ignore until it's very late?
The very first one, like I said, is that we feel guilty when we are resting. Like I said earlier, I said when elia kulala pesa ilali. That's a statement we tell each other. We feel like we are making a mistake by resting and not looking for money.
Okay.
And we don't see that as a toxic behavior and a red flag. Second, we are irritated for no reason. We are ever mad and we are angered because we are not yet there. Like I'm so mad because I am not owning a car. I don't have a car and I feel so bad. Like it's a crime. Another behavior is that we shift from friendships. We identify friends using economic backgrounds. Like if you are not salaried friend, you're not my friend.
You're not my friend, yeah.
Like if you are not a sharp boy, you're not my friend.
If you're not driving, you're not my friend.
You're not my friend. That's what we do. And lastly is that we don't have emotional outlets. And I want to thank one of my closest and special friend out there who in life made me to start sharing my emotions. I have always suppressed my emotions, and this is what happens to many men because we are not taught on how to express ourselves. So I've thought of taking a bus of no return, not once, not twice, as you can see me like this, wearing a tie, looking attractive, but trust me, I've thought of going for a trip of no return. That is the amount of pressure that I've been under because of the responsibilities that I will not disclose today. But this special friend of mine has always reminding me on daily basis that it is okay not to be okay. It is okay to process. Let's live one day at a time. Things will be better. You just not yet there today, but you will be there. So men, we don't have these emotional outlets. We are always suppressing our emotion. We don't have someone we share to, and that is a serious red flag on productivity.
Jackson, if a man is listening this and feels crushed by the weight of the expectations from the society today, from the expectation of his friends, family, his wife or his girlfriend, what is the first step he needs to take to rewire his mindset for him to be able to build that version of himself, the healthier version of himself that is ready for the success that is to come? Because I feel and I believe that sometimes the toxic part that we hold on too much deters us from achieving the things or even seeing the possibilities, the opportunities that are coming to us in life.
Sure. While you are listening to me out there as a man, I will tell you that you are not alone, and you're going to be where you think you deserve to be.
Yeah.
But first of all, you have to separate yourself from performance-based identity. You are not your salary. You are not your timeline.
Yeah.
You are not your social media. You are not your friends. You are who you are, and you have to accept that fate. I normally like using this phrase that goes by, if a man doesn't accept his fate, might as well be consumed by the same fate. So accept that you are building yourself and you don't have everything that other men out there have. So once you separate yourself from this uh, money or performance or provision based identity, have a routine, have an emotional outlet. And I have to recognize the efforts of one of my friends out there who has always been a very special person to my life. In as much as I've often felt like taking a trip of no return, she's always reminding me that you are the best of yourself and you are doing good. In as much as when I see myself, I feel like I'm falling apart.
Yeah.
She's there to remind me that it's only that today you are not there, tomorrow you will be there. She believes in my potential even if I don't see it by my own eyes. So we all need that emotional outlet. We need to focus on appreciating and practicing gratitude in our lives. Let us look at one thing that is good in our lives. In as much as we are seeing so many negative things that are happening in our lives, see one thing that will keep you moving. There is always one thing that is so good in your life right now, even if you feel like you are lost. So man, just don't be under pressure for anything, for the celebrities you see out there, for the sharp boys you see around there, and don't be under pressure to meet the needs of your girlfriend or your fiance. One thing I know about dating is that if she wants to be with you, she will be with you. You don't have to go an extra mile
To prove it.
Yes. Lastly, I will say that a man's life has always been a lonely life, but it is because we are not taught on how to express our emotions and to process things. We are always told that it is dangerous to be emotional as a man. So you are not supposed to feel. But study says that humans thrive when they are at peace.
Yeah.
So I cannot say that a man has actually achieved, even if they are as rich as they can, if they are not able to achieve the mental peace, because they cannot sustain the wealth. They will be in constant medical hospitals for checkups. They will always not make meaningful relationships. So that's what I can say out there to a man who's listening, who's trying to recover from what I call brokenness or financial pressure. You see, these people actually, maybe they have gone into addiction for avoiding the pain and avoiding the realities of the economic shifts and the high cost of living. You find that this man finds peace in alcohol. And we tend to judge these people and feel like they are lost, but we don't see what this addiction brings to them. You see, an addicted person is not addicted because he wants to be addicted, because he finds comfort in addiction. So we ought to ask ourselves, why the pain first before this addiction? Where did this pain come from? Where did this sense of unworthiness of this man came from? Because this man, whenever he goes to a club and finds comfort and goes home, he's okay. And I wouldn't judge him because he finds peace in alcohol. He finds peace in women. He finds peace in living alone because people will judge him, friends will judge him. So let's start from there. Let us look at what caused the pain, and how do we get back. And I don't want you to get back to where you are. I want you to build yourself beyond who you ever imagined to be.
Yeah.
And a strong man is not a man who is not broken. He's not a man who is under pressure. A strong man is a man who is able to remain composed and who is able to walk along within the pressure. How do you maneuver yourself under these economic constraints of everybody complaining? How do you survive in the city without isolating yourself, without getting addicted? That is who I want you to be, and you can. All you need is to start from a few and simple steps. Have a routine. Walk in 20 minutes every day. Look at yourself in the mirror and tell yourself that you are the future CEO of the best company. You are the future of the society. You can be anything you want to be. All you need is to shift your complaints into gratitude.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, we are approaching a significant mark in the journey of this podcast. If we have done something to you, if we have shared something that has been really instrumental to you, that has changed your life in one way or the other, or that has provided a lesson to you in one way or the other, or we have held conversations that you know resonate and will help someone who is undergoing something somewhere, kindly, we only request for one thing: hit that subscribe button, because it not only does great to me, but it does a lot to each and every person whose hands are involved in producing the content that you put out for you there. Approximately 72% of you have not yet subscribed to this channel, and my request is kindly hit the subscribe button. And what Jack has said marks the end of our today's conversation. This year I'm running a series on men's mental health. This is the second edition, and I still have like 10 or 11 or so to go, and I know by God's grace we'll have conversation around the mental health of men, because most of us, whatever we feel, we don't speak about. Till I see you again, have yourselves a lovely, lovely time.